Good morning. Thanks for swinging in for a little THG. So today I'm going to be putting up a box shelf. I actually got a request from Anita. Hi, Anita. To show you guys how to put up shelves. I am no expert at this, but I have figured out how to get an anchor in the wall and how to get it level. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. And let's get started. The things I need for this project today is the correct screwdriver bit on my drill and a drill bit to drill into the wall. I also need my anchors and screws. I need my leveler. It can be done without a level, and I will show you how, but it's always best to have a level. Plus my level also has a measurement on it. And then a hammer as well. And of course, whatever you're going to be using for your shelf. I'm going to be using a box shelf. So you can see that my box here is starting to come apart a little bit. And try and secure this a little bit better so that once I get my shelf up there, it will stay up there. This is my utility stapler here, heavy duty. The kind of staples that we need for something like this are, they have a jagged edge on them. Let's see if I can get them out. Here we go. So you can see they have a jagged edge, so they're going to be a little more heavy duty. And that's what we need for this project. A couple more here. I'm going to set it right on the edge and firmly push down. Right on the edge. And firmly push down. Okay. And we're going to do it on this edge as well. Okay. So I already had 2 holes drilled in it right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my box over. And I'm going to take my leveler right here. This shows you if you're level or not on a shelf. There's also another way to do that, and I will show you that in a minute. But for now, this leveler also has my inches here. So I'm going to take my pencil right here, and I'm going to measure from one hole to the other hole. I'm going to place it about in the center. So I am 12 and half, one line before 3/4. Okay, so 12 and a line before 3/4. Okay. 12 and a line before 3/4. That is some precise measuring going on there. Okay, the object here is to make sure that when I have when I put my measuring thing up on the wall, that I am getting the level bubble so that it is exactly even in between. Then I know that where I'm measuring is level. And I'm going to put a little mark with my pencil on each spot. So you can see I put a mark right here with my pencil. And a mark over here with my pencil. And that way, I'm not going to mark up my walls too terribly. Okay, so the next step is I need to drill into the wall with my drill bit. Okay, so I need to use this drill because it's got the closing I need to put in my drill bit. And I need to make sure that the drill bit is in there nice and snug right in the center. Okay. Then I'm going to take off my battery and transfer it to this drill. Okay, so now I take the drill. I'm going to drill straight into the wall. By standing directly straight. So you guys, I discovered at the end of this project that my drill bit, the tip of it had been broken off. So that's why I couldn't push it very well into the wall. I was really having a problem figuring out why it was so hard to push. Now, before I get too far, I'm going to double check my work. Yep. And it is level. Set it here. Now, I'm going to choose my anchors now. If I had two of these black ones, I would be using that side, but I don't. So I guess I could use one black and one blue. That is going to be silly, but it kind of is what we have. So maybe, I don't know. I'll try my gray ones and let's see if they will work first. So I'm going to put one up to the wall here. And okay, I'm going to need to drill out the holes and make them a little bit bigger. I don't have another drill bit. This is the only one I've got. So I'm going to try and make the holes just a little bit bigger by moving my drill around. Whoops. I am going from side to side. And hopefully that will help me have the bigger holes that I need. Okay, I had to go out and find some different anchors. So I found some smaller, medium-sized gray ones. You set it inside of the hole. I have a multi-surface scrubber. So now I'm going to get my shelf with the pre-drilled holes and set them up against the holes and make sure I'm in the right spot, and I'm not. Okay, so let's see if I did it this way. There you go. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to put in my very first screw. I found some screws that were darker colored, and I'm going to use those. In a perfect world, I would already have screws that would match perfectly. However, this is not a perfect world. Oop. Okay, so I had to go get what's called a washer. because my screw heads were going through. So I brought a few different sizes. And I think the ones I'm going to need are actually on, as you can see, when you use a washer, the head of your screw oftentimes can go through thinner material, thinner wood. So a washer prevents the screw from going through the wood. That's the purpose of it. So I'm going to find the best fit here. Here's another one that doesn't have a rubber back. Let's see how that goes. Okay, that is perfect. This part right here, I went ahead and got the screw and held the shelf up to the wall and screwed in the first screw. I actually went ahead and did both of the screws, as well as put the level on top of the shelf to make sure that the finished product would be level. Okay, so here is the other option for if you do not have a leveler. You take a clear glass of water or jar, bottle, something. You place it, you fill it with water halfway or so, place it on your shelf and see if the water looks level. If the water looks level, you know that you are pretty dang close to level. If your water looks like this, then you know it's not level. You need to do some changes. But right here, it would appear that we are pretty darn level. Okay, so here's my shelf up. All right, so it's the next day and I'm editing this video. Okay, you guys, I am by no means a professional at this. So there's so many things that I did wrong. However, I wanted to do this anyway because I told my friend I would do it, first of all. So, you know, some of us don't have every little trinket, every little tool, every little thing that we need. And if we continue to wait our whole lives for having every single thing we need before we ever try anything, we'll never get anything done. At least not in my case. So sometimes you've just got to use what you can use and do what you can do with what you've got. So that's what I did, and I wanted to show this video. I know that some of you that will watch this are going to laugh, and that's okay, because in the end, I think it turned out really great. So I'm going to show you now the outcome, and I hope you like it, because I really do. And I have my little comb here, and I set that up here. And then down below here, I have a set of special scriptures my kids gave me. I have a plaque that my grandchildren made me in the back. I adorned it with some sunflowers and more little twinkling lights. And that just gives it a little bit of movement. So I decided that right here would be a great place to add a mirror right below it. So that's what I did, using the same technique with an anchor. And I left the screw out just a little bit so that I could hang my mirror up. There we go. As you can see, the mirror really kind of completes the look there. It really complements that shelf. This was not something I had planned. I had absolutely no plan of what I was going to do with this whole corner, let alone this little shelf, when I started putting it up. I just wanted to do this video and realized I had this little broken box, so I hurried and fixed it with the stapler. I think I included that in this video. And then I worked with what I had, and it just all came together a little bit at a time. As I looked through my baskets, boxes, bags, and everything else under my bed and in my shed, I realized all of these special items that I had that had kind of been just lost and didn't have a place to go. And I was beginning to be able to put this whole little corner together that had been making me nuts for so long. This beautiful rocking chair belonged to a gentleman I worked for. He was a professor up at Utah State University. I would clean house for him every week. When he moved into his house 50 years plus earlier, this little rocking chair was there, waiting for him, and he loved it the entire life that he lived there. The professor gifted me this chair when it was time for him to move on. He went to live with his daughter down in Salt Lake City. I am so grateful that he thought of me and gave this to me, and I will treasure it always. It seems to fit absolutely perfect in this silly little corner that I haven't known what to do with in all the time I've lived here. The next thing I want to share with you is the little basket sitting here. This little basket is called a banana basket. My mother gave it to me many years ago. She got it when she was a little girl living in Iran with her family. That is the kind of basket that people go and gather bananas with. Well, I will never go and gather bananas. However, I thought it was the perfect addition to sit right by this chair. And inside of this basket, I keep all of my wool that I'm spinning, all of my roving that I've made that's waiting for me to spin into yarn. And I think it accentuates right here perfectly. What a thoughtful gift that my mother gave to me. Now this little basket on the other side is a basket that was given to my granddaughter Allie by her great-grandmother from her father's side, her great-grandma Donna Andrew. She and Donna have been best friends since Allie was just a little tiny thing, and she spent a lot of time at my house, and so I would call Donna and she would go and visit with Donna and help her garden, and she learned a lot of things from her great-grandma Andrew. This basket came home with Allie one day filled with toys and candy and goodies, and she loved it for a long time, and then she moved home, and I noticed that it was kind of getting beat up from being played with, and I thought, you know, Allie will love this someday. So I've saved it for her. And the other day when she was here, she's grown up now, and she's 10 years old, and she was spinning on my spinning wheel. So I thought this basket would be the perfect basket to hold the yarn and the wool products that she works with as she's growing up, and then maybe someday when she gets married or has her first house or something, I can gift her that basket, perhaps with a spinning wheel, and she can have a wonderful memory directly from her great-grandma Andrew, who she loves so much. So I hope that that will be special to her someday. And until then, I'll just hold it for her here. Next up, I see this little pink plaid jointed bear. My mom also gave me that. And I am grateful that she did, and I'm grateful that I still have it. It looks great right there, I think. Everything just seems to come together. I'm so grateful for my friends and my family and for the special things that they've done for me in my life. This little nativity up top of Native Americans, I keep it up all the time. It reminds me that I have ancestors looking down on me, and I may not know them from either side of my family as I was adopted. But I know those ancestors of mine that have passed on before, from both my birth family as well as my adopted family. They are looking down on me, and what I do in my life and the things that I accomplish reflects not only on myself, but on them as well. That's a good reminder for me on a daily basis, and I'm so glad I can put this back up now, and I can see it every day. Just like so many times before, almost on a daily basis, I'm reminded it's the little things that come into our life, those little moments, those little suggestions, the little guidances or inspirations that we get that really bring the most fulfilling moments of our time here on earth to the forefront of our lives. Thank you to Anita and Cody once again for the inspiration of putting up a shelf. If you're watching my video, thank you so much for being part of my dreams. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. I'd love to have you on board. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified as soon as I drop any new videos. And if you have an idea for a video, I would love some inspiration from you guys. So just leave your ideas in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more of them, please leave me a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching.